J&L RV Sales, Flandreau, South Dakota, bringing you the USRA B-Modifieds tonight. 21 B-Mods through the back gate. We're going green flag racing at the Rapid Speedway. Now we got them 3 wide for the race lead at the start. Kurt Allers checks up. That will give the lead to the 19 machine of Tracy Johnson early. Kurt Allers into that second spot. Cole Christensen coming like a bandit down underneath Allers for that second position. Tracy Johnson, Kurt Allers, Cole Christensen, your top 3, with Trevor Tesch running in fourth. Lyndon Johnson, Caleb Motter, and Randy Van Veldhuizen. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L RV Sales of Flandreau, South Dakota. Trevor Tesch, as Motter goes around and turn 4. Trevor Tesch looking for that third spot for Cole Christensen. We'll see if Caleb Motter can keep it going, and he can, as Motter will be able to stay on the track, will stay under green flag racing conditions. Lyndon Johnson looking to take advantage of Trevor Tesch in that 4th position presently. Johnson gets outside of Tesch. A battle for 4th spot. Tracy Johnson, your current race leader, and up to 2nd, Kurt Allers around Cole Christensen. Johnson will move to the inside of Christensen, and Lyndon Johnson looking for 3rd spot. Cole Christensen holding him off for 3rd position presently. Top 4 to the redraw here tonight. Tracy Johnson, Kurt Allers, Cole Christensen, and Lyndon Johnson with a great battle for 3rd spot. There you see the black 11 of Lyndon Johnson, the blue 7C of Cole Christensen. Christensen up high, Johnson down low as they continue that battle for 3rd position on the track. And Lyndon Johnson is there this time by. Johnson is there, but Christensen with a real smooth exit off of turn number 1 and 2. And Christensen will hold on to that 3rd spot for the time being. Tracy Johnson, your race leader, 2 to go. Kurt Allers in 2nd spot. Christensen and Johnson continue that battle for 3rd. And Cole Christensen secures it for the time being. Christensen setting his sights on Allers for 2nd spot, and Cole Christensen to the inside of Kurt Allers for 2nd position. Lyndon Johnson looking to go along for the ride as the white flag is out. Tracy Johnson, your leader. Cole Christensen in 2nd spot. Lyndon Johnson and Kurt Allers, should they make it through this final lap, they'll all get through to the redraw. Wait and see as they jockey for position. Coming off of turn number 4, your race winner, the 19 of Tracy Johnson.
Tracy Johnson with the heat race win. Cole Christensen 2nd, Lyndon Johnson in 3rd. And Kurt Allers rounds out your top 4 and into the redraw here tonight for tonight's AMA. Inside of row number 3 out of Sioux Falls, driving the 21K, it is Diggity Dave Kennedy. And outside of him out of Sioux Falls, the 18 of Corbin Erickson. Inside of your final row out of Brandon, South Dakota, driving the number 6 car, that is Dustin Cruz. 8 laps the distance, top 4 into the redraw.
Heat race number 2 of 3, the USRA B-Modifieds. We're going green flag racing here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. J&L RV Sales of Flandreau, South Dakota brings you the B-Mods. Andrew Allers off to the early race lead from the front row. Tyler Tesch looking from that 2nd spot to the inside of Allers. Tyler Johnson broadcasts Dustin Cruz as Diggity slows at the top of 3 and 4. Dave Kennedy to the back of the field, slowing a problem with that 21K machine. We'll see if Kennedy can get around, and he will pull it pit side, keeping us under green flag racing conditions. Andrew Allers, your race leader. Tyler Tesch at 2nd spot. Broadcast running in 3rd. Dustin Cruz looking to the inside of Tyler Johnson for that 4th position on the track. 4th and final transfer spot to the redraw as Allers continues to lead. Cruz is there in the number 6 machine, but Johnson comes back on the high side down the back stretch. Battle for 4th position presently between Johnson and Cruz. Andrew Allers, your race leader. Allers leads Tesch, Hess, Johnson, and Cruz, your top 5, with Corbin Erickson at the back of the pack. Heat race number 2 of 3 for the USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L RV Sales of Flandreau, South Dakota, here on night number 3 of the 2020 racing season at the Rapid Speedway. Andrew Allers, your race leader in the purple and neon green 14 machine. The 22T of Tyler Tesh in that second spot, followed by the red 16 of Brock Hess and the 91 of Tyler Johnson. Looking to the inside of Hess for third spot. Hess still too fast in that red 16. Brock Hess picking up the A feature win last Saturday night at I-90 Speedway in Hartford, South Dakota. Dustin Cruz running in fifth spot. Corbin Erickson at the back of the pack. Dave Kennedy disabled early in the race, had to pull off into the pits. Tyler Johnson to the inside of Brock Hess looking for that third spot as Hess gets a little squirrely at the top of the track back at turns 3 and 4. Hess will battle back topside and claim that third spot back. Great race for third, fourth, and fifth right now. Shaping up with Hess, Johnson, and Cruz. White flag is out. Andrew Allers, your race leader. Andrew Allers with the race lead. Tyler Tesh in second spot. Brock Hess running in third. Johnson and Cruz for the fourth and final redraw spot. We'll see who takes it. Your heat race winner, the 14 machine, it's Andrew Allers.
Andrew Allers with that heat race win. Tyler Tesh in second. Brock Hess in the third spot. And Tyler Johnson holds off Dustin Cruz for that fourth and final transfer into the redraw. Inside of row 3 out of Dune, Iowa, driving the number 4 car, that is Jackson Mulder. And outside of him out of Larchwood, the 27 of Kevin Joachim. Your final row to the inside out of Emory, South Dakota, the 11X, it's Quentin Johnson.
Third and final heat race for the USRA B-Modifieds. Green flag is in the air. J&L RV Sales of Flanders, South Dakota, bringing you the B-Mods here at the Rapid Speedway. After an A-feature win last Friday night, a wicked roll on Saturday night. Derek Van Veldhuizen back out front here at the Rapid Speedway in that maroon and silver number 20 machine. He leads lap number 1 of the third and final heat race. 21 next, Erickson running in second spot. Vandenberg running third, Jackson Mulder in fourth, and here comes the 27 of Kevin Joachim. Joachim in the white and green 27 machine, Mulder in the white, orange, and black number 4. They're side by side. That is a battle for the fourth and final position to the redraw here tonight. Joachim has it presently in the number 27. Kevin Joachim looking hooked up on the bottom of the track for the time being in that white, green, and black number 27 machine. Jackson Mulder will battle back on the top side in the number 4. Derek Van Veldhuizen walking away from the pack in the number 20 with the race lead as we got one around. Josh Van Westen going around in turn 4. We'll see if he can get back around, fired up and going. Jackson Mulder slightly off the track off the top of turn number 2, and the caution's going to come out for Josh Van Westen going around. Couldn't quite get her refired at time, so Van Westen will bring the caution out for the third and final heat race for our USRA B-Modifieds here tonight. Watching live on AdvantageRacing.tv before next Friday night. We're allowed to be back at the track, 50% capacity next Friday night. Looking forward to having the fans back at the track. Third and final heat race back under green for the USRA B-Modifieds, presented by J&L RV Sales of Flanders, South Dakota. Kevin Joachim looking for that second spot to the inside of the 21X of Clint Erickson. Erickson will power back in that blue machine. Joachim with a nice entry into turn number 3, and Joachim moves into the second position. Kevin Joachim up to second spot. Clint Erickson in third. Damian Vandenberg, your top 4 presently. Jackson Mulder in the number 4. Working his way to get back into that top 4. The top 4 advance to the redraw here tonight for the USRA B-Modifieds. Third and final heat race, Derek Van Veldhuizen, your race leader. Kevin Joachim in second spot. Clint Erickson and Damian Vandenberg, your top 4. Jackson Mulder running in fifth, and Quentin Johnson, in that sixth and final spot out on the track. Van Veldhuizen leads them with 2 laps remaining in the maroon and silver number 20 machine. Kevin Joachim in second spot. Vandenberg moves to the inside of Erickson for that third position. Damian Vandenberg up to third. Clint Erickson back to fourth as we'll see the white flag this time by Derek Van Veldhuizen, your leader at the white flag. Here comes Jackson Mulder. Jackson Mulder putting up a fight for that fourth and final transfer spot to the redraw. Van Veldhuizen, Joachim, Vandenberg, Mulder, and Erickson side by side. They're battling it out for fourth spot. Here's your heat race winner, the 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen.
Derek Van Veldhuizen with the heat race win. Kevin Joachim powers his way into the second spot ahead of Damian Vandenberg, and Jackson Mulder grabs that fourth and final redraw position. And outside of him, the 21 of Josh Van Weston. Starting shotgun on the field, he drives the 11X. That is Quentin Johnson. 15 laps the distance in your JNL RV Sales B-Modified A feature.
All right, Joel Viss, we've got 21 of them out there on the track. Looking forward to a great show here tonight. JNL RV Sales, USRA B-Mods. You've got some fast B-Mods stacked throughout the field here tonight. Going to be some good watching at the Rapid Speedway week number 3 of the racing season. A feature for your JNL RV Sales, USRA B-Mods. We're going green. A little problem for Diggity Dave Kennedy in the 21K machine on the start. You see Corbin Erickson with a left rear panel that's sailing up in the sky. We've got cars going off the second turn down the back stretch. We're going to stay green flag racing. Lyndon Johnson, your race leader. Jackson Mulder in second spot. Running in third position. Derek Van Veldhuizen, last week's A-feature winner, running fourth. And Tyler Johnson round out your top 5 presently. Lyndon Johnson with the race lead. Jackson Mulder up high in second spot. Here comes Tyler Tesh looking for that second position, and Tyler Tesh is there. Tyler Tesh in the 22 second spot. Jackson Mulder running in third spot. Eric Van Veldhuizen in fourth. Tyler Johnson, your top 5. Tracy Johnson moving through, looking to take 6th on away to the inside. At 6th position, and Tracy Johnson gets there just inside the 15-8 of Kurt Allers. A little bit of contact as Johnson slides up in front of Allers. Now our leader off the track, Lyndon Johnson off the track with the race lead. Jackson Mulder and Tyler Tesh will inherit the race lead. As Lyndon Johnson back on the track, still in the top 5, works his way back up to the 3rd position to the inside of Derek Van Veldhuizen. Jackson Mulder down the backstretch, your new race leader. Tyler Tesh running in second spot. Lyndon Johnson in 3rd position. Derek Van Veldhuizen, Tyler Johnson, your top 5 with Tracy Johnson running in 6th. USRA B-Modified features 7th spot to Andrew Allers. 8th spot to Cole Christensen, Brock Hess, and Kurt Allers rounding out your top 10. Jackson Mulder, your race leader in the white, black, and orange number 4 machine. Tyler Tesh right behind him in the 22 team. 3rd position to the 11 of Lyndon Johnson, who was leading this race before moving off the track. The 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen, last week's feature winner. And the 91 of Tyler Johnson is Lyndon Johnson off the track again. Kurt Allers goes around to the bottom of turn 2, and the caution will come out. Kurt Allers going around to the bottom of turn number 2, collecting Damian Vandenberg, and the caution will come out. Boy, they're jockeying for position early on in this USRA B-Modified A feature. You'll see the pace truck pull to the infield right there on the entry to turn number 3. It will go back to green flag racing. Jackson Mulder leads him back to the green flag. A feature for the USRA B-Mods back under green. Lyndon Johnson off the track again, this time on the top of turn number 2. Trouble handling that 11 machine tonight. Jackson Mulder is still your race leader. Tyler Tesh putting up a bid in the 22T as Van Veldhuizen slides up in front of Tyler Johnson. We've got Kennedy, Clint Erickson, and I believe Kevin Joachim around at the exit of turn number 4. That will bring the caution out once again. Didn't see that in real time. Hopefully we'll be able to get a replay as Kennedy, Joachim, and Erickson around at the exit of turn number 4 just before hitting the front stretch.
Well, Jay, like we talked about, lots of tight racing all the way through the field. It doesn't take much. One person bobbles, and the accordion effect comes into play, and that's how you get 3 cars tangled up on the top side of turn number 4. Looks like Kennedy will get turned around as we go back to the replay. Kennedy sideways there. Caleb Motter tries to avoid him, goes around the outside, and then there's Joachim, and Erickson just is nowhere to go.
Yeah, Kennedy runs into Joachim after Erickson goes sideways. As we mentioned last week, Kevin Joachim seems to be a magnet for this. Always stuff happening around that 27 car, and you would think it eventually his luck would turn around.
Well, and, you know, nowhere for him to go. He was right behind Motter. Motter drove out of the way, and there was Kennedy. And then as he gets sideways, gets nailed in the passenger side there by Erickson. You see Joachim climbing out of the car, and helmet off. He will be done for the evening.
Drivers have got the sign. We're going to be going green. You'll see the Rapid Speedway pace vehicle pulling off the track in turn number 3. Jackson Mulder will lead them back to green flag racing. J&L RV Sales, Flandreau, South Dakota brings you the USRA B-Modified. It's back under green. Heading off into turn number 1, Corbin Erickson around, and everybody's able to hold it straight. We'll stay green flag racing. Tyler Tesh putting up a bid for the race lead to the inside of Jackson Mulder as they come off of turn number 4. Tesh powers the 22 feet up front. Tyler Tesh, your race leader. Jackson Mulder up high in turn number 2, getting the run off the high side of 2 down the backstretch, and Mulder back to the race lead. Tyler Tesh battling on the bottom side. Tyler Johnson by himself in third, presently halfway this time by Mulder and Tesh running 1 and 2. Jackson Mulder, Tyler Tesh, Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, and Brock Hess coming through in the 16 to the inside of Van Veldhuizen as we got more carnage at the bottom of 1 and 2. We've got Damian Vandenberg around at the bottom of 1 and 2. And a number of other cars collected. There you see Vandenberg pulling away. Dustin Cruz collected in that. Randy Van Veldhuizen pulling away. Looks like Cruz is able to get that 6 machine moving again. And Caleb Motter, the only one sitting still for the time being. We'll see if Motter can get the 8M back around and going.
Well, you see there's heavy front end damage there to your week 1 feature winner, Caleb Motter.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at another one on the replay here and see what exactly happened. Dustin Cruz going around, collecting Vandenberg. Looks like Motter gets into the left rear of Cruz after Cruz spun. Randy Van Veldhuizen, Clint Erickson spinning to avoid contact. So Dustin Cruz going around in the 6.
Looked like Cruz was going to drive middle of the raceway. It looks like he was hard on the brakes, going to try and dive it to the bottom in turn 2 there, and just couldn't hang on as he goes around, and then the contact ensues after that.
Jackson Mulder, your race leader. Tyler Tesh, Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, Derek Van Veldhuizen, your top 5 on the field. Subject to change as we go back green flag racing. J&L RV Sales brings you the USRA B-Modified. A feature back under green, Mulder with the lead. Jackson Mulder with the race lead as Randy Van Veldhuizen slows up at the top of turn 1 and 2, able to get it back under control. Will stay under green. Tyler Tesh, and now Motter going around in turn number 3. You have a couple of spinners to avoid contact, and cautions, breeding cautions here tonight in the USRA B-Modified A feature. Caleb Motter going around, Clint Erickson along with another car going around to avoid contact. I believe that was Dave Kennedy. Oh, pardon me, Kurt Allers. Kurt Allers going around to avoid contact.
Well, we'll try it once again here. We'll see if we can get him stacked back up as Motter spins and goes off the raceway, bringing that caution out once again. We'll move the 8M car to the tail of the field.
Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, and Derek Van Veldhuizen. Your top 5. We go back green flag racing. 7 to go. Your USRA B-Modified A feature. As we're off into turns 1 and 2 on the restart, Jackson Mulder holding off Tyler Tesh for the time being. Tesh with a nice run down low. Mulder with a better run up top as he comes off of turn number 4. And Jackson Mulder will hold on to the race lead. Tyler Tesh in second spot. Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, Derek Van Veldhuizen still your top 5. Broadcast running in 6th spot. Cole Christensen in 7th. Andrew Allers 8th. Damian Vandenberg in 9th. And your top 10, Randy Van Veldhuizen around Corbin Erickson. Mulder with the race lead. Jackson Mulder, your race leader. Tyler Tesh running in 2nd spot. They've got a great battle for the lead going. Tyler Johnson running in 3rd. Tracy Johnson in 4th. Brock Hess now in the top 5, running in 5th position in that red 16. Mulder and Tesh running 1 and 2. USRA B-Modified A feature here tonight. Cole Christensen looking to get to the inside of Derek Van Veldhuizen. Van Veldhuizen holding him off. That a battle for 6th position. Jackson Mulder and Tyler Tesh running 1 and 2 on the speedway, and Mulder and Tesh still 1 and 2 past the stick. Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, Brock Hess, your top 5. Derek Van Veldhuizen, Cole Christensen, Andrew Allers, and Damian Vandenberg as we got more around on the bottom of turn number 4. As we had 2 to go, Clint Erickson, Kurt Allers, and Corbin Erickson all around on the entry to turn number 4. Might have cost us a really good finish there. Tyler Tesh in 2nd spot. Tyler Johnson, Tracy Johnson, and Brock Hess, your top 5 here at the USRA B-Modified A featured tonight. We're going back to green for green, white, checkered. Tyler Tesh on the bottom in the 22T. Jackson Mulder up top in the 4 as they continue to battle for the race lead. Off the exit of 3 into turn number 4 and off of 4. Tyler Tesh has the advantage, but Mulder battles back on the high side of the white flag. Tesh and Mulder running 1 and 2. Tesh with the lead now. Mulder will get that rocket run down the back stretch as we're off into turn number 3. Shaping up to be a photo finish here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Tyler Tesh and Jackson Mulder for the B-Mod A feature. It's the 4 of Jackson Mulder. The 4 machine of Jackson Mulder takes it home tonight with a win over Tyler Tesh. Tracy Johnson coming home in 3rd. Tyler Johnson 4th. And Brock Hess, your top 5 on the field. Action-packed B-Modified A feature here tonight. We've still got 2 more features left. Jackson Mulder unbuckling the helmet, taking off the Hans device. There he is climbing out of the car, your A feature winner tonight, the number 4 of Jackson Mulder. And we'll take it down to Pizza Ranch Victory Lane. Joel Viss with some commentary from tonight's winner.
Well, Jay Kelly, we're down here in Pizza Ranch Victory Lane. Had to get a hug from Mom. And Jackson Mulder, we haven't seen you since last year here in Victory Lane. You got a little bit of an advantage there early in the race. Lyndon Johnson slides off the raceway. That gave you the lead, but that by no means meant you were going to win that race. You and Tesh had a great battle.
Yeah, kind of the same things last year. Last year, the same Tesh brother. We were back and forth the whole race when I ended up getting the advantage on him. But I don't know, when you're up front for that long, I'm not, used to being up front like that. It's just you're kind of waiting for that race to come to an end, and all the yells keep coming out, and your adrenaline's going. It's tough.
Well, you had multiple caution flags in there, multiple restarts. You're out in front, and each and every time Tesh was there, what was going through your mind?
You just got to keep it up top, keep it on that berm up there, and just drive the thing hard.
Well, you definitely did, and you drove it to victory lane, and we'll let you get to your crew.
All right, thank you.
Right here in Pizza Ranch Victory Lane, your USRA B-Modified winner, Jackson Mulder.
All right, there you have it. Thank you, Joel Viss. Down at Pizza Ranch Victory Lane, Jackson Mulder takes it home tonight for the USRA B-Modified A feature.